Here we go. Welcome, everyone, to the Books and Beyond podcast. It's not actually a podcast. We're just talking about the event Books and Beyond going down October 10th, 11th, and 12th.
That's right.
And it's going down in Vegas. So book your tickets if you haven't now. They're only going to go up in price. All four of us are the host of the event. Victor does most of the work. Joji. Me and Steve are just here to hype it up. But I'm super, super pumped. And I just sent an email to you guys about why these events are so important to me. And I don't think I'd be on the path where I'm at now if I hadn't walked into a Books On event that I put on my credit card 10 years ago. How many years ago? It was not 10 years ago. It was 2018, which is 7 years ago. So we're getting up there. And I walked in and got sandwiched in between an MIT girl and Caleb Roth, who became one of my best friends. And just seeing smart people think Amazon's a good opportunity, and more specifically selling used books on Amazon just changed my life forever. Ended up not going to graduate school, which sounds like a terrible thing, but that saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And if I would have gone, I would have only made $75K a year. Now I'm making way more than that, flipping stuff on Amazon. So all due to like connections. And even the reason why we're all here is I met Steve at an in-person book selling event in Vegas. I met Victor and Joji in person for the first time in Miami at
another conference. Yeah.
So it's huge, guys. Anyway, I'll stop talking about why it's important to me, and maybe.
Yeah, what are you doing, bro? I sent you a message before. I said I'm hosting this. You could not hold back. The guy turned 30 years old and is just
all right. I know you. Chat GPT made it. Let's see what you got
out the gate. So I want to know who's live right now. I do see Brian Rothenberg in the house, who was actually at the Books and Beyond conference last year, actually Miami Seller Conference as well, I think, right?
So, on the elevator.
The Miami Sellers Conference, yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah.
Last year. Yeah. This will be his first Books and Beyond.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I remember chatting with Brian, and he's killing it, doing a great job. But let us know if you guys are live right now watching. Like Avery said, 60 days out from Books and Beyond, October 10th.
That's crazy. So soon.
It's coming up so fast. It's crazy.
October 10th to the 12th. So, we're super pumped up. We got Junkman in the house. Awesome, guys. So, let's just jump right into it. So, I'm curious, what's new with your guys' businesses? Maybe Avery, you can start, and then maybe Joji go next, because I know you got to get running in about 10, 15 minutes. But what's new in your Amazon business, Avery?
Amazon business got restricted in a major brand, and then got unrestricted in it. It all comes down to who you know, and I know somebody really good who helped me get unrestricted, and now we're going heavy again. So things are really good, pouring a lot of money into inventory, super optimistic. Been pumping the YouTube content. It's a big goal of mine this year, 2 high quality YouTube videos. I got a garage with 2 pallets in it right now, CDs, DVDs, and books. I'm going to make you guys always like it when I make how to do bulk book videos. Really what you guys should be doing is follow Victor and Joji, learn how to write books from home. Honestly, it's just a matter of getting the numbers right. But for everyone that does want to learn how to do bulk books, there's a lot of money in that too. And it'll be a pretty cool video. So that's my goal, to get that out. And David, who sent me the pallets, is going to be at Books and Beyond.
Yep.
And so if you guys are interested in doing bulk at all, you can meet David in person. He sells pallets to all of us. If you guys want to do bulk even from your garage, you can. And then in that video, I'm going to talk more about that. So that's kind of it with me. Buy more inventory.
The cool thing as well is that I'm sure if you go to Books and Beyond and talk to David, I want to say your chances of getting a pallet shipped to your house skyrocket to the roof. So if you are someone who's looking to do bulk, I would say show up so that you can go talk to David, the guy who
actually it sounded like a lot of connections, right? You got ungated because of your connections, and you got this pallet of books also through connections. So
you might be
how you make those connections is through conferences like Books and Beyond.
Yeah, and the lady who helped me get ungated might be at the conference. I'm learning so much about Amazon and what they want in appeals and what they want in ungating, and there's some next level stuff.
Yep.
So definitely show up.
Couple other things. So Brian, who just commented a second ago in the chat, he started, I believe, last November, and he's already done 100,000 in the next it's not even a year. And so he's somebody who said, I understand, like, I see the value here. I see that selling books on Amazon actually can make you quite a bit of money. Start in November, and just in a 1 year time is already hitting over 6 figures in revenue, which is awesome.
I think he's really close to 150 actually right now, Joji.
Okay. So that's really exciting. Other things, Avery So did you turn 30? I think you said you turned 30, and then you also got married and you got a house. So you're like, whoa, you just got it all
Moving
like
fast.
lined up. Congrats to you, man.
He's about to have a kid soon. Next up.
Oh,
Yeah.
you forgot to mention Andy got what you're up to 3 dogs now. I was giving him a
3
hard
dogs.
time.
3 dogs, 1 cat.
Whoa.
Got 2 puppies out of the 3 dogs. So.
You got a lot of books to sell to buy the cat food, the dog food.
Yeah. You got to room all those kind of big books back
you
there.
guys see why Avery was a good bookseller and a successful Amazon seller. This dude, when he wants something, he takes action, right? He ain't nobody holding him back to building a family in his future life. So, Joji, what's new with you, my friend? And then we'll go to Victor. What's new in your business?
I'm glad that you say that. Really, it's basics. It's just right now it's high school and college textbook season. And guess what? Victor and I were buying, 2-3 months ago, like we were telling everyone else, hey, in March, April, May, that's when you buy high school books and college textbooks. And guess what? Books are popping off right now. So it's cool to see Brian in the chat. He said he's closing in 175,000 this week. And his first sale was last November, which is kind of crazy. So congrats to him. But for me, I'm really just I guess I'd say I'm kind of a boring person. I just love the fundamentals. I like simply just, hey, we see the seasonal trend. We know that every year high school starts. We know that every year college starts in July and August. And guess what? We just bought a bunch of books and we're ready to have them in. And yeah, so just selling books and, back to the basics. And it's doing really well for me. It's what helped, it was a big part of how I became financially independent. And so guess what? What's going to happen in December, Victor? It's going to be Christmas. And then what's going to happen in January? It's going to be college textbook season. It's like it's like clockwork, being there in person and talking to, all of us is really going to help you in your business if you decide to go. So I'm just really excited to be here. And yeah, Victor, what's new in your business?
If it's not broken, then why fix it? You guys are just doing the same thing over and over again. It's worked season after season after season. So why would you do anything different?
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're still here, right? You can actually talk to us and actually see how we're doing. You can actually talk to other people who are doing it and seeing that they're successful. Avery talked about a person that he met that was an MIT grad or an MIT student. That person was actually doing A-to-A, right? A-to-A books. So it's been around forever. And so what we're doing, we didn't, invent the wheel. We just figured out how to keep going with it, right? So anyway, basically for us, what I'd say is like we've grown the community a lot. I think we just launched a couple months ago BookMine Mini, which is a free part of BookMine. So it's like has more than doubled BookMine. So like where we were before, we've gotten like an extra 260, 270 extra members just from the BookMine Mini. So that's growing the community. And now we got a lot of Amazon sellers, even if they're small, because it's BookMine Mini is pretty small, but that's growing the community. And so even if Books and Beyond isn't going to be as, it's going to be like 400 people this year, I imagine it's going to grow to there because we're secretly growing this community much larger. Yep. So I'd say that. And then, the second thing is just working on Books and Beyond and getting that as big as we can, because the bigger we get Books and Beyond, the bigger we as a community can talk, right? Because we're getting some of the largest eBay to Amazon sellers. We're getting some of the largest booksellers coming to this conference. We're getting really big sponsors coming. So yeah, it's pretty cool that when we talk, people like the other companies listen to us because we're growing this community together. So yeah.
Awesome. And I'll share on my end. Everything's pretty smooth sailing. People are always asking what's new, what's different, what are the new products, the new methods, the new systems.
Yeah,
nothing's new. Just doing what I always do, flipping from eBay to Amazon. Just looked at the Go-To-Lister app the other day. I put out a post, Avery. I tagged you in it. Last 12 months, I think it's like 650,000 in sales and 350,000 gross profit on that gross profit. So it's not like, it doesn't include like returns or like my VAs or, like subscription to Go-To-Lister, BookMine, whatever, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't pay for that. Don't act like you do.
Yeah. Right. I pay in other ways.
You paid a lot. You actually paid a lot more.
Yeah.
I gotta take all your phone calls about feature requests, and I gotta pick it up for the free subscription. But it's been about 2 months now. I got my mom started with eBay to Amazon because she can't go to the thrift store anymore. There's like nothing there at our thrift stores. There's what we like to call our thrift store vulture friends who they have like a bed. I think they have a blow up bed at the back of the thrift store. They're there all day long. They never leave. And they just, my mom shows up to go scan the books and they just rip everything, throw it in their carts. So she stands almost no chance there now. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get you plugged in with eBay to Amazon. And that's how she's been getting all of her stuff lately. So that's new and cool. And like I said, pumped up for Books and Beyond to talk to a bunch of people thrifting, doing Amazon to Amazon flips with BookMine, people doing E to A, library sales. So check the link down below, guys, if you want to join 60 days out, booksandbeyondcon.com before prices go up. So I want to ask everyone else as well in the group, and feel free to comment if you guys are watching as well. What are recent changes? I know we've talked about it. Is there anything big that you've made, like a change or an update to like your repricing or a sourcing method or something specific with your business? Maybe you could start, Avery. Is there anything new that you've done to help you grow your Amazon sales or business or optimize it anyhow?
I've realized in the past like year and a half, 2 years, being deeper in stock on my faster moving products really helps. I'd say that was a big revelation. And then I go back and forth between going wide and going deep on certain ASINs. And with one supplier, we go super wide, which protects us for different reasons. I know your business is kind of similar to mine, where you don't want too much attention on like sketchy brands. So we don't want too much attention on one ASIN, because what you have to realize about selling on Amazon is like, yeah, people are selling the dream. We're all selling the dream to an extent, but it's a wild dog go out there and everybody's out to get you. You got textbook companies trying to do false counterfeit claims. In wholesale, you have a bunch of brands that are trying to get you off. And so sometimes limiting your exposure is good. But yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest for me, and just kind of the same thing as you guys, just be consistent and keep, I'm a little bit more bullish. Like sometimes I'll go crazy on inventory spend, but still it's still within reason, like it's just buying more every month and buying the same products and doing the same thing, doing the same types of outreach. My YouTube channel, I post the same damn YouTube videos over and over. I just make them better each time. It's just grinding on what works. So.
Love it, man. How about you, Victor? Anything new that you've implemented?
I actually, yeah. So like what I realized, one of the biggest seasons for me, one of the seasons I really enjoy is high school textbook season. And I used to just think of it as just one season, right? So like it had a really large, if you look at the Keepa chart, it just had one large mountain to it. But I've now like done this, and also now breaking it down to people who are doing Amazon. I'm thinking almost in like 3 different seasons. Similar to like how Christmas is, there's like the Black Friday kicks off Christmas, and then there's like regular Christmas time, like that whole couple of weeks before Christmas, and then there's actually like the week before Christmas, which was so you can kind of think of that similar type of process with high school books. So high school book season really starts off at the end of May, because a lot of students need to replace their book before the school semester ends, and so there's like a kickoff there. And then July 1st is when all the school districts get their money back in to start purchasing high school books. And so that we'll see another increase then. And then also when school actually starts in August, you'll see a third one. So I'm seeing it almost breaking into 3 different seasons. So if you're able to think of it that way, you can now, literally triple your money 3 times in a row. You can literally flip it again, and flip it again. Instead of just thinking of it as one sale, trying to get that last peak there in August. Instead of that, you try to think of the May, the July, and then in August. And so doing that has really helped out a lot of Amazon sellers, and I've been trying to push that to other people, and I've seen a lot of success with it. So yeah, that's probably the newest thing I've kind of implemented.
Love it. Awesome. On my end, really the only big change right now, I was just having a conversation with my team earlier, is just spending more money. I'm really big into the toy category. I sell a lot of toys, board games, video games, even office supplies. A lot of that stuff sells really, really well in November and December. Now, most of my products do sell within like 2 to 4 weeks. The types of items I'm going after are quite a bit different than a lot of booksellers. They might only have a 20% sell-through rate. I'm not sure. What is your sell-through rate for like textbooks and different things? Like, is it higher than 20%?
So during like right now it's like 4% a day. So I'm selling 4% of my inventory a day. But that's just August, right? Because that's a really great time. So it's kind of crazy high in August and September. I sell almost my entire stock But the rest of the time it's like 0.8% or 0.8 of 1%. So like less than 1%
Right.
a day. So yeah. So that
Yeah.
equals to less than 30% a month.
But a lot of booksellers, especially Amazon Flipper, you're buying stuff and you're holding on to it for a while and waiting to time the market, right?
Oh yeah. So my average hold is a little over 3 months. Yeah. So when I buy it to the time I actually sell it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, I mean, that's really the big change. I'm right now I'm spending around $25,000 to $30,000 per month on eBay. And we're going to ramp it up to about 50 or 60K up until about mid-November. And last year, what I did is I actually stopped spending at around mid-November because the year before, like none of my stuff was getting checked in and it was missing all the cutoffs. It wasn't getting into FBA. And I'm actually curious for folks who are watching in the comments, and Avery and Victor, do you think that Amazon's becoming more proficient and efficient with like handling FBA during Q4? Do you think it's just going to get worse or better, or anything you guys have seen in that area? Like, curious.
I feel like I have a pretty good pulse during Q4, and I feel like you're shit out of luck during the third week of November getting stuff checked in. That's just my experience.
Like for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
For me at least. There was some stuff that got checked in. There was some. It wasn't like completely out, but I've just monitored all the listings and the price just skyrockets. And with the products I sell, it's not even because of the increase in demand. It's more or less the same year round. It's just because everybody's out of stock that the price goes up. So I think everybody, maybe booksellers are a little bit different, but you just want to load up as much as you can during October. And mid-November seems fine to me, but it's still, you do the same thing. You still want to keep sending inventory, but if you're going to do more spend, do it in October, mid-November. But there's a big opportunity to send inventory in December, because in January you're going to still collect all the sales, at least, maybe not for Christmas books and stuff like that.
Yeah. For college textbook season, the January season. So yeah, I'll tell everyone to try to get as much of their inventory in October and November, because books are still at a low right then. So buy them then, and not really so much in December, because if you buy them in December, try to get them shipped into you might get them shipped into Amazon, but they're not going to process it in December. I mean, your best hope is sometime in January they're going to process it, and then you're already kind of part of the way in the season. So it's really best to do it in October, November.
Did I watch a YouTube video by you, Victor, saying to buy all the Christmas books and send them in on December 15th?
No. You're going to have to wait a whole year. You're going to sit on that book for a year, basically.
The good thing about the textbook season we're in right now is you can still send books and get sales. And you'll even sell reserved inventory or inbound inventory right now, and you're not dealing with the clog of Q4, but you're dealing with the highest demand season for textbooks.
It is. It is. People are desperate for books right now. Like, you can sell textbooks, like I said, reserve books, right? Books you don't even have them in stock technically on Amazon yet. You already sell those, and usually those are pretty hard to sell. But right now it's like Christmas for textbook sellers.
We got Thrifty Totter in the house from Tennessee. Reach out to me, man, if you're a YouTube channel. So it looks like you're doing some books too.
The fastest track is coming to Books and Beyond.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely get out there. Vegas, cheap tickets, no excuse.
That's what we did in Vegas.
Have we gone through any of these questions yet? This question may be more for Joey. Victor, what are your thoughts on marketing to teachers on Facebook and Nextdoor for PD books?
You'd have to kind of get a process down, right? It's all about just the process and being able to scale this, right? So you have to try to figure out what type of email you want to send them, what type of questions you want to ask, because what you're wanting to extract is what are the ISBN numbers you have, and then figure out how much they're worth, and then figure out that process of what I can offer you. And so the quicker you can get that process down, the easier it'll be. And so if you want to do it on Facebook, sure, there are some really good books on Facebook. I was just going through that the other day. A friend of mine locally wanted to go through books and didn't really have much money. I'm like, actually, you can find some pretty cheap books on Facebook Marketplace. Go and look at the ISBN numbers, see how much they're worth, and then either sell them back to a sell back company or to Amazon. It's really up to you. And I just told them that you can make a couple $100 pretty easily this way. But if you were trying to go more than that, you're going to have to think of like the process of doing it. So try to think of the process, try to own that. and then you go from there. So get your first couple $100 and then start working on a process of scaling it.
All right, guys, I have a question that I'm sure a lot of people are thinking if they're new.
Yeah.
I'm sure Thrifty Trotter is probably thinking this as well. I know he's a new seller from Tennessee. So I think you answered this recently, but maybe you could go over it again, Avery, in one of your recent videos. People who are new to selling books right now, right? They're going to thrift stores, library sales, or maybe they're starting Amazon to Amazon. The biggest thing you hear them say is, I can't sell anything. I am restricted in every single book. What do you have to say to them? Because it's a different world that we're living in now as a new Amazon seller versus 7-8 years ago. So what do people have to do to get ungated?
Usually you're not gated in all books. There's very few cases that I've come across where you are. And if you are, just reach out to me and I can help you get ungated with my contacts. But if not, you're probably gated in like 80% of books realistically. And so just sell the 20% you can. Just ship them to FBA, ship and forget, and then just keep feeding the beast. And the most important thing you can do is just get sales. That's number one.
Yeah.
Once you get a few sales, Amazon trusts you. They realize you're not selling counterfeit books. They realize you're not trying to game the system. Then they'll just open the floodgates and let you sell books and more categories and more brands. But what you can do to fast track it is download our ungating guide. If you type in Romer the Romer ungating, there's a video I have. It's free. You can download the list, go on Seller Central, copy and paste them, or just download all of them, bulk upload them to go to a lister and instantly request approval on each one. And then that's going to make you feel good because you'll get ungated in a lot of different publishers. So that's something else you can do. And then when it comes to like CDs, DVDs, which I think we should all be doing if you're thrifting, because we're just selling rectangles and squares. It doesn't really matter what you're selling. And so if you're going into a thrift store and you got books, why not scan the CD section, DVD section as well? And to get ungated in those, just go to christianbook.com, buy 10 units. If that's what Amazon's requesting, you can go to any CD or DVD on Amazon and try to request approval, and it'll tell you, hey, we want 10 units. Most likely it may be 100 units, but I haven't seen that too much. I don't know, Steve, maybe you have a better pulse on that. Are people seeing 100 units for CDs, DVDs?
Most people are still seeing 10 that I've heard, because I just put out that post the other day. A lot of people are saying 10, but I think it depends possibly.
Yeah, it like in wholesale and big brands, maybe like Universal, they'll request 100. Same concept there. I mean, $500 to get ungated is not crazy if you find a brand that you really want to sell. Or if Amazon is like, for the 1% of you where they're requesting 100 units, you could theoretically buy from Christian Book, and maybe it's even a profitable product, or at least you're getting some money back. But Christian Book, most cases, buy 10 units of CDs, 10 units of DVDs. You can have it on one receipt. Upload that receipt, make sure your address matches your Amazon address, make sure your name matches your Amazon name, whether it's your business name or personal name, and then request like 10, 15, 20 times. You're not going to get ungated the first time, most likely, and then eventually they'll open up the floodgates for that too.
Are you guys seeing a certain period of time? You know how like as a new seller, they hold on to a lot of your money, and after like maybe 2 or 3 months, they start to kind of release more and more. Does that coincide with like the gating and restrictions, like after a certain period of time?
It's all about sales volume. And I think sellers
about sales volume. Yep.
Yeah. So just the more you sell, it could be a couple week period, it could be a couple months, but don't give up. Anytime you get gated on Amazon, even if it's a red restriction, this is a lesson I learned selling textbooks. Even if they tell you can't sell and you can't apply to sell, there's a way. Everybody knows there's a way, who's like deep in the game. And so especially for sellers who are more seasoned, which maybe we have a couple here, reach out to me or Steve. We have a good contact who can help you get ungated. But that's something I've learned about Amazon is they'll suspend you, they'll gate you, they'll scare you. Other brands will scare you. All these roadblocks we have. Some people see that as they fear it's like the government or something telling them they can't do this business, but realize this is all just a giant game, and brands are doing what they can to make as much profit as possible, which sometimes comes down to them, restricting you. And it's just a matter of pushing forward and pushing past that. That's a revelation I've had in the last year, is like a lot of people just quit because they get suspended on Amazon. Just look at that as part of the journey. Look at that as like a badge of honor that you've been through it. Imagine how much confidence you would have if you got suspended and got your account back than if you never got suspended at all.
And I would because you find a way, right? You're hard to kill, right? That's exactly what you have to do on Amazon, is learn how to learn a plan B, learn a plan C. All you have to do is just try to figure out how to get back on Amazon. So yeah, I helped out somebody just really recently, just start with books. Literally, they just created their account maybe a couple of weeks ago, and were initially gated in most books. I'd say like they bought like 50 books and we're only able to sell 15 of them. But then they sold like 2 books and then were ungated, and most of those other books they went back and checked on. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So all Amazon is looking for, like you said, Avery, and that's correct. And like I seen the same thing, is that they're looking for just a successful seller, somebody who's able to sell books, who's actually able to deliver them, and they get good feedback from that. You actually will be ungated in most of those books. And then if you're so desired, then move on past books. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, it's a really great way to start, right? Because like it'll help you grow trust with Amazon, and then help you get ungated in other products pretty easily.
And I want to say this really quick. You know, a lot of people start Amazon because they need to pay their mortgage next month. That's not how the game is played anymore.
That's
like,
right.
If you want to start selling next month, start now. Sell a couple books, like Victor and Avery said. Build trust with Amazon. Slowly get ungated. Give yourself a couple of months to get ungated, to start selling. Get your metrics up, and you'll be able to go harder. But again, most people aren't even going to take that first step. So if you can get past those first couple sales, first couple months, you're at a big advantage.
Yeah. We got Thrifty Trotter saying, I've been picking up loads of books from large estate sales. Nice clean outs before they go to trash. Free, just sweat equity 100%. And it's hot out here too in Tennessee. I've approached some of my local friends and library groups that partner with them to sell higher value books online. They seem interested. Nice. And the more confidence you have selling books on Amazon, and you can turn a book into a $1 book into $20, the more confidence you're going to have, and you're going to communicate that confidence with the people that you're potentially going to do consignment with or whatever. I was thinking a consignment type program. What would a split be? I was thinking 60-40 me. That's fair if you're doing all the work. If they're giving you the books and they're good books, 50-50 is also pretty fair. So maybe both. And if you do the 60-40, just explain to them that you're doing everything. You're doing the heavy lifting, all that. But if you have a library scanning books for you and then giving you the pre-sorted books or shipping them to you, I think 50-50 is more than fair. Just trying to get things set up to sell on Amazon. Also process my inventory. Nice. Feed the beast. How's Walmart been raking?
Not many updates. Sold some stuff, but eBay to Amazon just so profitable, and I've got systems dialed in. Just kind of sticking with that. And lately, I'm not sure if you guys heard about, there's been a lot of nasty stuff going on with Walmart. They ripped the rug out.
Right? Yeah.
They ripped the rug out from a lot of sellers. I mean, they put people out of business like that. I mean, it's funny. A lot of people that I knew who were, doing E2A and thrifting, they jumped the Amazon ship to Walmart, saying Walmart's this golden opportunity. Right. And, I thought it was too. And then they just gutted the fish. I mean, it was wild to watch. Any thoughts, guys?
Just realize it's just a barrier in the journey that we have to get past. And same exact thing there, until it's being in the communities. It's finding out what categories can you sell. It's finding out how you can push past the restrictions. There's answers to all these questions. It's just a matter of, and whoever figures it out first is going to be the most profitable, So it's just a matter of like pushing forward. Like, don't look at this as like, oh, I saw on TikTok that Steve's, mom was making this much. He said it was going to be easy, blah, blah, blah. I think sometimes we feel guilty as content creators because we do make these short form videos that make it seem so easy. And like, oh, you lied to me, blah, blah, blah. Any business you get into has risk. If you're doing construction, you could get sued for someone's dog coming out and getting concrete poured all over them, and now they're frozen forever in the backyard.
Jesus.
Like, there's so many
concrete on a dog.
Every business has
it's very descriptive. Yeah.
So just realize that's part of the game and embrace it. Like, look at
there's risk in every business is what Avery's meaning. Yes, this is true.
I'm happy when my wholesale business, so many people are out of the game now because they're just scared. They got hit and they're like, I'm done. I can't make it. And I'm like, good. Same thing happened with textbooks. Everybody was like, I'm not even going to mess with textbooks. I was like, Roger that. Send me all your textbooks. So like
that's so dumb. I'm like, you can make so much money in textbooks. Just figure out which ones are really hot. Don't touch those. And the rest is money.
Exactly. Or be like some people in the game and find out which ones are really hot and dangerous and find a way
and go with it.
To putting high-ranked profitable books on FBM. Your garage might be filled forever. You don't want to put high-ranked profitable books that don't have any real proof of sales history. So there's a difference.
Like, you think they're profitable because you've seen the one sell, but that doesn't mean it's going to sell again. It doesn't mean it's profitable. You're just going to have to sit there on it forever.
Victor's free Facebook group. Watch Joji Davenport's videos on Keepa and learn, is it really a profitable book? Because there could be a 7 million ranked book that's been out of stock for a year and it sold for $2,000, every year before that. That's a great book. But a book that's $300, but if you zoom out in the Keepa, it only ever sold for $15.
Yeah.
You could price that book at 15. And so these questions are nuanced, you know. Barbara says on Scout IQ, I have several books that Amazon does not have in inventory, used or new. That's exactly what I was just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
These books worth sending to Amazon. Those can be some of the best books. Maybe they've been out of stock for a long time, and maybe they were high demand when they were in stock. Or even if they weren't high demand, even if they sold a few times a year, if there's no sellers, you're going to be the next sale. And so,
yeah, go back, Barbara, go back to look at the demand of that book when it was actually in stock and what was it selling for. And you could probably sell it for a little bit more than that, considering there's almost no inventory of it, but don't think of it more than that. So just zoom out, go to Keepa and look at the whole entire history of the book.
That's the problem, Victor. A lot of people don't even know.
They don't even know you have subscriptions to Keepa. It's just mind blowing to me.
They're using Scout IQ and Scoutly. And I did this for many years, to be honest, when I was new. Like I didn't even know how to use Keepa. I was just using Scout IQ, and like there was no offers. Like, what do I do? It's like Keepa will tell you the whole entire story, and you can't live and die by Keepa. I mean, sometimes Keepa might only show itself for 20, but if there's no one in stock, it could sell for 50. You can't say it won't. But Keepa. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Walmart never really took off for me. You guys have to realize Amazon's the biggest marketplace. It's got the most demand, but that doesn't mean Walmart's not creeping up on them. I hope Walmart does come and take over. I want Amazon to have competition, but I think Walmart's starting to have the same realization that Amazon did, where they're like, oh, we have to vet our sellers. We have to make sure, you know, Steve Rakin's not buying a bunch of supplements from Goodwill and our kids taking them, and we don't know if some crackhead down the road. These are real concerns. We should be grateful Amazon they're doing this, but we get the shit into the stick as sellers. Do I have a lister or repricer? I'm just starting out, or do I shoestring budgets? Up to you. I personally would get a go-to lister free subscription for 14.
And they're just grind. Yeah, because like there's a free subscription there for a little bit. These, you know, get as many books listed as possible. It's about saving time, right? Because you would rather get more books listed, and a go-to lister is really what help you get those books listed much faster than if you were to do it just on Amazon alone. Because I used to list books on Amazon. This used to be the slowest process in the world. So I don't understand how anyone does that on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree. Even when I didn't own GoToLister, I would use other third-party software, and I was like broke as shit. And it's just like, you gotta look at this as a per hour job. Right? How much is your time worth? Let's say you got to a thrift store, you find $200 profitable books, 150 are realized. Let's just say 150 actually turns into cash, money in the bank. Out of that, how many hours did I say? Let's just say you spent 2 hours at the thrift to find those. If you go home and it takes you 10 hours to list those, your hourly rate just went down to like below $15 per hour. And so if you can list them all in an hour, now you're looking at $50 an hour for your net time. So that's the way I like to look at it.
You start despising listing books. You're just going to, I hate this. I'm not going to do this business anymore, all because of that extra little bit of work. So get something that'll make it faster, streamlined, easier, and you'll like the whole process much longer. And
also
much longer.
One thing I want to say as well, I think it was Thrifty Trotter who was asking, make sure you get yourself like a little barcode scanner at home too, that you hook up to your computer. So you scan the items in a lot faster. Get yourself a good printer, you know, get away from the 30 up labels and get yourself like a Rolo or maybe a Dymo. Make sure you get yourself a tape dispenser, organizer station, have everything in a single place, right? GoToLister as well. Not only does it help you list faster on the front end, but when you go to box everything up, like right now, if you're using Amazon Seller Central, everything's going to be all over. You don't know what box to put it in. You don't know what goes where. That all slows you down. GoToLister will give you box contents, tell you what box to put it in. It makes it a lot easier. So it's all these little things that add up to either you spending an hour sending out 40 books or 3 hours. And I've made all the mistakes.
Yeah. Talk about becoming an affiliate to your software is on GoToLister. You can just go to the affiliates portion. On Replane Catcher as well, they have an affiliate sign up on theirs. I just signed up to be an affiliate, and then BookMine as well, right? Just on the main page.
There's an affiliate there. Yeah. So the name of the group is Seasonal Book Arbitrage. So Seasonal Book Arbitrage, you can find that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Boom. Lately, I have a lot of books having listing errors when sending in batches. You just have to wait a while and try to send them again. I would use our 3-hour send button. So scan all the items in the batch. Realize the moment you scan an item into an FBA batch, the listing is attempting to be created. And in order to give those listings the most time possible to have 100% success, send the 3-hour later button. And then in 3 hours, go make some food, go on a drive, go smoke a cigarette, whatever. You'll get a notification on your phone, download the Go-To-Lister app that your batch is ready. Then you go to your computer and print.
No, don't go smoke a cigarette. Okay. I don't know what that, no, don't go smoke a cigarette. No, you're back on the, don't tell me you're back on the nicotine.
No.
Dude.
It reduces Alzheimer's, man. So
yeah. Okay. You're seeing all Alex Hormozzi's ads lately in the little green suits getting you all amped up. I quit those things. Best decision I made in my whole life. Those things are so addicting.
Yeah, they are. Roger on the scanner. I have all the other stuff selling on eBay. Nice. I love Go-To-Lister and book my shirts all the time, guys. Appreciate it.
There you go. Thank you.
Boom. I did the 12-hour and got the same books kicked from the batch. Yeah, sometimes you're just not going to have items go through. Add them to the next batch and try listing them on Seller Central. If you can't list them on Go-To, they're probably not going to be able to list on Seller Central. Join Mike the Used Book Guys free, or he's got the paid group, and he's also in Steve's group and my group. Go-To-Lister community. Go ask Mike the Used Book Guy about those problem books. He's got a good answer. I can't think of it right now, but some books just don't want to be pushed through by Amazon, and you just got to give them time. So Mike do with those.
Are things improving at all? Obviously you run Go-To-Lister, so you're in the weeds with all the listing and errors and stuff. For me, I'm a little out of it because I use a prep center. So is things improving at all with like the listing and the errors and all that with the API change? They made that.
Like what happened is years ago we had split shipments, and that was terrible. So you list 50 books, one book would go to California.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Yep.
Yeah. Now we don't have that. So now that's like really smooth. But what we're having now is every once in a while books just don't want to be pushed through for XYZ. Usually it's a bad ASIN. So maybe you look for another ASIN, but it's like a B ASIN, sales ranks high. Maybe you want to sell on it because it's a really profitable one, but there's probably another ASIN that's better. And so Amazon's cleaning up their catalog. And if you're having listing issues on books, that's probably it. But to answer your question, Steve, things are getting smoother. It's just a matter of dealing with these things and rolling with the punches. Like when split shipments existed, the softwares in the game that had the best solutions were the ones with like a holding area that was a good creative solution, box contents, or you could be like Mike the Used Book Guy and pay for them all to go to one location. It's just a matter of like in 2025, what's the best way to deal with Amazon's bullshit? And right now what we found is scan them fast in, schedule a 3-hour send, do box contents, and pull whichever problem items you have. Don't think about them too much and add them to the next batch.
Dude, real quick, not to talk too much about Go-To-Lister, but I'm pumped up about the mobile app. What's the update with the mobile app and all that stuff?
So we're resizing the camera. It's completely functional. If you guys watch on my YouTube channel, I have some videos, but there's gonna be a lot more content coming out. I'll show you guys real quick. If you open up,
do you know about this, Victor?
Yeah, we've talked about it before. So yeah, I knew it was on the works.
Yeah. So I'll show you guys. And let me grab a book. So we have mobile listing, which is really exciting for people physically going out and sourcing books, or even if you're at home and you're doing Victor's model and you open up a package, it might be good to scan it in the batch. Yep. But now we're the first ever software that allows you to quickly, Amazon Seller allows you to list, but it's very slow. So what we can do now is just scan in a book just like this here. It's going to be hard for me to reverse scan this, see if I can. But right here, you put it up. And I can't focus because I'm doing it reverse, but I'll scan this one here. It adds it to the batch. And then the benefit of this is, I know Steve said get a wired scanner, which I still recommend, but theoretically you could just have this, just your phone, have the batch open on your computer if you wanted to, and you can scan with your phone and it instantly adds to the computer, or just look at it in your phone. And then from here, we can quickly schedule the send and you can make shipments on the go, which is really, really cool. And the way I'm recommending people use this is at library sales, at thrift stores, when you have your big box of books, just double scan them before you check out. Make sure they're profitable. Make sure you can sell them. Pull any restricted items. You can quickly view the Keep-A-Graph on your phone like this. Open it up. Boom.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Maybe you're like, oh, this book's not as good as I thought. Like what we're trying to avoid is how many people have gone out with Scout IQ or Scoutly, found a lot of books. By the time they get home, like this book's not even profitable anymore. Now what you can do is list them in store, make sure you're making good buying decisions. Then by the time you get home, all you have to do is go to your computer, since you've already scheduled the send, and instantly print all the labels, and there's no split shipments. So I think listing books in 2025 for people that use methods like this is actually better.
Oh, that's great.
Love it, man. Nice work.
Sean says, Steve, have you made money? Hope you made some money, I guess, Foxwoods.
Oh,
You went to the casino, right?
Yeah.
You had some videos about it.
Twice per year, my mom and I, we go out to the casino, and she takes her portion of her Amazon earnings and blows it all, never comes back with anything, but she loves it, has a ton of fun. I
can't stand it. Like
I hate it.
Putting money in a machine. I think the best bet, I just went to Vegas on a bachelor party, is just like do the 50% or 48% win game. So blackjack. I don't even know what's the roulette.
Yeah.
If you have like a 40% plus chance of winning that, just play those games. Like
that's what I play.
And just do it once, and then you win or you lose. That's it, right? Yeah.
I have a rule. I don't lose more than $300, and for me, it's like I don't mean this in like a arrogant way, but it's like I'm already making really good money, so why am I going to go try to make more? Like I'm happy with like the money I'm making, so why am I going to go and like? I don't get it. Like who's the guy, the UFC guy, Dana White? He spends like millions and millions gambling. And it's like, my brain doesn't understand. Like, you're a billionaire. Like, why are you gambling? Like, I don't get it. But maybe some people just enjoy they
need that adrenaline rush, but they could just do it by doing sports. I don't know why they need
in the cage with one of your fighters.
Yeah, exactly. You get the same adrenaline rush.
Look at those ears on Avery.
Yeah. I think the feeling of putting $1,000 down, or in Dana's case, $100,000 or $1 million, and getting back 200,000 in like 10 in like literally 1 minute on blackjack probably is a pretty good feeling, you know. And then if you add like the level, like if you know the game well and there's like the bluff aspect to it and all that, like maybe it's a little bit more fun if there's like an idiot at the table and you can always call his bluff. Like I can see it, but
you know how Victor gets his rush? He buys books that don't have a Keepa chart. He's just like,
those are so exciting. That for some reason Keepa's lost track of them for a while. Oh yeah, that's my favorite type of book. Yeah,
Ryan's asking if you ever
get really excited about that.
Any BASIN issues with your preps? most your ASINs, right?
We have issues all the time when we send stuff to Amazon. I mean, I have somebody I pay $600 a month. Actually, your girl who you gave to me 4 years ago. I'm still using her. Yeah, it's like $600 a month for her to fix all the pricing errors, stranded inventory, issues left and right.
Front, you're not really having too many issues, like just listing them and sending shipments.
It's like all on the back end. I don't know. To be honest, I'm so disconnected with it. But Brian, if you want to send me a private message, if you have like a specific question or an error, let me know and I could reach out to her and forward it to you. But I'm not even going to pretend like I know how to fix them. I just have someone who does it all for me now. But it's a big job.
Is A-to-A book flipping still the best model for beginners to get started? I have a philosophy that whatever business model appeals to you the most, you should probably start with, because there's a learning curve either way. Yeah. I guess like the correct answer would be like go to thrift stores, scan, get a feel for the business. But maybe you're like, I hate thrift stores, they're dirty, I don't want to be in there. And if that's the case, then like start learning Keepa, start making the mistakes, buy some books, like get through the learning curve first. And accept you're going to probably lose a few thousand. And then once you get past that hurdle, you're going to have a skill that makes you a few thousand a month.
And then go from there. I totally agree. I was about to say thrifting is probably the best way forward first to kind of learn the process, to learn the ropes. But if you really are like, I just don't want to drive to thrift stores, I don't want to pick up books, and for some reason that's not you, then Amazon book flipping is probably next after that. So it's really up to you. But if I was to start today and I didn't have much money, I would definitely be thrifting first, right? Yeah. Learning Keepa and then building from there.
I think we're all a bit biased on like our own models and telling people to start with them. But one thing I've thought about, like people come to me and they have a fascination with private label, and I'm just surrounded by arbitrage people. I host Miami Sellers Conference, wholesale, brand direct, book flippers, everybody. And it's like, if private label really appeals to you and you want to buy stuff from China and make your own brand, like just do it. Just start with it. And you know, if you want to get sales the fastest, then cherry picking is going to be the way to go. Go into Walmart, go to Marshall, scan the clearance section, go to a thrift store. That's going to be your fastest way to sales. But if you want a business you can do from your laptop, maybe it's A-to-A book flips, maybe it's private label, maybe it's E-to-A, whatever it is. I'd say just go for it, because you got to go through the reps in order to get good at it. And you probably have a fascination with it for a reason. It's going to be easier to do it because of that.
Yeah.
David says, sorry if I asked something that you've already answered, but I'm new here. What's the average margin of the business? If I buy 10K of books, I resell for 25K, 10K of books, 10K Amazon, the rest is margin. So with cherry picking, usually your buy cost is going to be $2 to $3, and your average sales price will be 16 to 20, and your margin is going to be probably 30% plus, as long as you're sending good books in. E to A, I mean, Steve, your margin's insane. You're probably 25, 30, 40%.
I mean,
right?
after all said and done, like we have to ask, what are we talking about? Gross? We talk about net. Are we talking about after reinvesting back into the business? Like what are we talking? But my net margin's like close to about 20% after all said and done. But that took years to get to. Like, it's not going to happen right in the beginning. But for thrifting and stuff, you could get up to 40, 50%. I mean, it's the most profitable, but it's also the most time consuming. I mean, and that's why most people who go to the thrift store never get higher than 10,000 a month. 98% of them are not higher than 10,000 a month. Their margin's insane. They could be netting 5,000, but you know, it is what it is. So
their margins are insane because they're selling their time. They're having to go to the thrift store, scanning the books, taking them in boxes and doing all that. So that can only scale to a certain level, right? So most of my books, I'd say, like, you know, I buy a lot of books for like $10, and then I end up flipping them back on Amazon for $30 or $34. So that's a good average there. And so after that, after all the fees, and say I'm giving Amazon about $14 of that. So at the end of the day, I'm actually profiting about $10. So I'm putting in $10, getting $10 back, but that is just off the one book, right? There's still probably storage fees and stuff like. There's storage fees and prep fees and stuff like that I haven't taken into account, but that's just a quick.
What's your average selling price over the last year
for books? Yeah. So my average selling price, because I have a lot of like textbooks, so this isn't normal, but it like $62 is my average, because I have a lot of expensive textbooks that I add in there. But I have a lot of, you know, those books that are kind of skew the average.
That's the way to go, dude.
Yeah.
Less volume, same.
Yeah. Because the higher that the cost of the book is, the less people who are willing to donate it to Goodwill. So when I'm selling the books, I don't compete with Goodwill. Goodwill's not on the listing, and because of that, those books tend to skyrocket pretty fast. There's nobody donating them. So those higher books are actually where it's at. So yeah.
Back in 2021, my ASP was like 20, or 2021 was like 26, and then the next year it went to like 35, and then it went to like 50. Now the last year it's like $110. My average selling price. I just keep going higher and higher. Less work.
The higher it goes, the easier it becomes, right? Yeah, because also less people are willing to spend that type of money, but that's where it's easier.
Yeah, low margin businesses can be good. Like I think a lot of gurus out there in the Amazon space and even other like course selling or software selling, they're always like, raise your prices. Like, that's the best thing to do. I think there's exceptions to the rule, like all these massive free apps that have millions of downloads and they get, you know, money off ads or whatever. And even Amazon businesses like Small Delight program, I know sellers who really do well with that. They find out the rules. They sell $9 products because the fees are less than selling the $11 or $12 whatever. So there's ways around it. But I've seen bulk booksellers go out of business over the years, and it's really scary when your average sales price is 10, your Amazon net payout's 3 or 2 or 3, and then all of a sudden they have a $1 fee increase. Maybe it's removal fees, maybe it's inbound FBA like we saw in the last year. And all of a sudden now you're taking their $1 net on most of their inventory and you're completely wiping it away. And that's 40% of their inventory. And they're like, holy shit, like we're going to go out of business. But if your ASP is much bigger, then what you can do is you can absorb these punches and you can keep going with it. And even in private label, like I'm launching products now, and like it does not feel the same launching a $16 product as it does a $60. Because a $60, I'm paying for a sale either way. And so why not pay more for a sale? Let's say I have to pay $10 for a sale. It's much better to pay $10 for a sale on a $60 product than $10 for a sale on a $16 product, because I'm going negative then, you know. Matt Wing says, hey guys, I got a few like new books around the house that I currently have listed at FBM. Think they will sell faster if I send them FBA shipment. I'm about to send in. Yeah, I would. They're not going to sell faster because it take longer to check in, but when they do check in, they'll sell faster.
Yeah.
And then also, I was thinking about this earlier. I think the reason why FBA is even a good idea for complete beginners is Amazon's going to trust you faster. Why? Because the customer is going to get the books faster. So if you ship your books to Amazon and then sell your books, the window of time for Amazon to trust you is much smaller, because you're not reliant on USPS to ship the book to them super slow. You're now reliant on Amazon to do the 1 to 2 day shipping or even same day shipping and build that trust faster. So
Plus, you don't have to ship the books. Yeah, you don't have to be there on Tuesday shipping out books. You know, it's stressed out. Yeah.
Yeah. If you miss one FBM order, you know, they threaten to deactivate your account.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit more risky. Romer, didn't you go to China to set up private label yet? How's that going? It's going all right. I think it's kind of my safety net with Amazon's gating and all that, but I'm not immune to it. I've heard of people getting gated in their own brands on Amazon. So it's pretty crazy, but it's something I'm messing with, and I think it's going to be good over the next few years. Will tariffs change it? Like I said, if there's a will, there's a way. Just because Amazon suspends your account doesn't mean you can't get past it. Just because Trump gives tariffs doesn't mean it's just.
Stop trying to find excuses. Just find a way through it.
Exactly.
That's the key to all of this.
Yeah. So my suppliers, they've already found ways. Like shipping by sea is different from air, and there's different sales prices they can sell us to. Like there's all these different ways around it. So if there's a will, there's a way.
Dude, I'm gonna say this real quick about my business model. You know, a lot of people think it's the riskiest thing in the whole world. You know, people have been literally telling me for like 5 years that you're going to get banned within the next week. Every single comment, you're going to get banned. You're going to get banned. If there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way. I don't want to harp on this so much, but especially me, out of all you guys, like my business model's way riskier just because they're taking Amazon invoices.
So it's perceived as riskier. Yes. Okay.
I mean, it is. I mean, at the end of the day, but like, there's still a will. There's still a way. This dude got freaking his account banned like 27 times, Avery, and he's still standing. And it's like, you got all these crybabies out there who, I hate to say it, they're just so soft. They've never gotten punched. They've never been on the mat, right? And got wrestled and put into a bare naked. I don't know. I haven't either, but it's like, you saw an Amazon. You've never seen your dog get buried in cement.
It's what?
I'm laying down a cement slab in my backyard next week. So
so you're bugged out about your Doberman?
Yeah. My weird dog just disappeared in the woods, and then the Doberman was barking like crazy, and I'm like, oh, a coyote got him. Like,
but no, there's a lot of people that will find excuses why they can't work, why it can't work for them. I've had people accuse me like, well, Victor, the only reason why books are working for you is because you have so many VAs. I'm like, I don't have a VA. I don't know what but they'll try to find anything to say that the reason why. Yeah.
You got the fastest BookMine account. Everyone else is slow.
Right.
Throttling everyone.
Exactly. I've even heard that.
Hormozy talks about how during COVID, so many gym owners quit. And he was like, most of the people that quit just didn't want to be in the business anyway. And that's why they left. They just wanted an excuse. I saw this with Amazon sellers in COVID. Some of us had the best years we ever had. A lot of them quit. Why'd they quit? They just needed an excuse other than I suck. And so it's a safety net. It's the same reason why people don't get started, because they don't want to pay taxes. You only pay taxes if you make profit.
I know. I've heard people tell me that.
You know,
you're paying taxes because you made money. You want to pay taxes because that means you're doing well. Yeah.
How do you feel about Amazon not labeling and prepping in 2026? Prep them yourself or get a prep center that labels them for you. But now
just get a prep center.
No effect on me.
None.
Thanks. Sorry, I'm late. Just don't do it again, Cheryl. Playing in the band. When your dog gets skunked, hope they never get skunked.
But yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to end up quitting my eBay to Amazon business soon because they're not labeling anymore. Even though I don't use the service, it's a good reason. People would understand if I posted on YouTube, right? I'm quitting my business that's making 6 figures a year because Amazon stopped labeling.
I mean, so many people told me they were going to stop selling books because for like a few weeks there was no used buy box for booksellers. And I just thought, wow, what type of sellers do we have here that if a couple of weeks down the road, you just decide to give up your business? Yeah. You're not meant for this then, because you got to find a way through. I was already coming up with plans of like, okay, if this isn't going to work, if it really is going to stay this way, this is the way I'm going to implement my business. Not, oh, well, it's over now.
And it also made me realize after that how insane of an opportunity FBA is, that you can go to your local thrift store, buy books, put them in boxes, ship them to Amazon and get paid, or anything. You can do it private label, wholesale. You can do it with A books. Like, it's a pretty insane opportunity we have because we're delegating 90% of the business to Amazon to prep, label, ship them, or not label anymore, but ship the books to the customer.
Customer service.
Yeah, all of it. So it's a great opportunity. Steve, you got anything else for us?
I guess I would say, like, to leave things off, is there anything that you're excited about in your business, like moving forward, leading up to Books and Beyond? Obviously, Books and Beyond is going down October 10th to the 12th. So we got about 60 days. Anything you're excited about, personal life, business, leading up to the event?
Regarding content, I'm just more passionate about making the same videos over and over again in different ways and better and shorter and more valuable. Like, I think we're all kind of making the same videos each year, but now for everyone just joining the business, like, realize the education's gone up so much, the opportunity of learning, and Amazon difficulty has gone up a little bit, but in comparison to the education, it really hasn't. So I'm excited just to keep cranking away at that. My wholesale business, just keep buying profitable inventory. Same with private label, doing EOS for both of those. So that's fun. And then Books and Beyond, I look at it as like a win-win. Like, the less people we have, I kind of look at this Miami Sellers Conference every year too. It's like me and Taylor always think there's going to be like 10 people that show up, and we're going to blow those 10 people's minds away. And right now, Books and Beyond, we have more than last year, I think, right?
Yeah.
No.
Well, at this time last year, no, we had more last year, but we're getting there.
Yeah. So like the way I look at it is like, okay, great, Roger that. If we got less people, then it's going to be a tight knit community. Better for us to connect with more serious sellers who are in it. And then if more people come, the party's bigger, so I'm excited just to, meet everyone in person. It's smaller events sometimes are better, and so, but I think it's just gonna be a lot bigger this year, but I'm excited just to see everyone in person and all the software creators in person, all the sponsors, you guys. Like, it's really worth it just to, meet everyone again.
Love it. Love it. What about you, Victor?
Yeah, I think my biggest thing is just collaborating, right? Collaborating with you guys more, creating whatever we can better for the community, because this is like an excuse, right? Where we're talking about Books and Beyond, but we're also collaborating with each other. We're collaborating with the community. I know me and Joji are planning on interviewing every person that's going to be a speaker at Books and Beyond in the next coming week. So like every Monday and Wednesday, we'll be interviewing one of the speakers just to talk about Books and Beyond more. So yeah, again, it's just about collaborating, getting the community together is what more than anything I'm more excited about.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. I'm super pumped as well to meet everybody, connect. There's always something new that I can learn to apply in business. Sometimes it's health. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, I learned about like carnivore and different things, and it kind of helped set off my journey. And I don't do carnivore anymore, but there's always something you could learn to apply productivity or for a virtual assistant, learning about this, learning about that. I mean, I love it. It's the conversations you have at an event are just always so much more different than just like watching a live stream or YouTube or chatting on Facebook. So I'm pumped. It's going to be a good time. Vegas is awesome. Are you going to be in Vegas for Jameson's wedding, Avery?
Yep.
Oh, so I'll be seeing you there too in a month.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Sweet.
When you getting in?
Probably a couple days early. I'm bringing the lady, so going to show her Vegas. She's never been there before.
Wait, so you guys are going to go and then come and then go back home and then go again?
Yeah, Jameson screwed us on that one.
I mean, I fly everywhere all the time. So
Yeah.
Vegas is just like a car ride because you get a direct flight to Vegas anywhere in the country. It's not very far.
Yeah, that's fun.
Sweet. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out and watching. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button. If you guys want to learn about more about Books and Beyond, that's our event going down October 10th to the 12th. Click the link down below. It should be there, or you can go to
beyondcon.com. Prices are only going to go up, so get your tickets now.
Yep, there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. So appreciate you guys. This was a lot of fun, and stay posted. Make sure you subscribe to everyone's channel. Like Victor said, they're going to be interviewing a bunch of people. So am I. I'm sure Avery's going to be doing it as well. So stay tuned. Get your ticket, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Sweet. See you guys.
Peace.
Bye, guys. All right, thanks.